right, telling stories that we can't sell on the air before we go on the air.
That's the fun part.
Yep. So, everybody, welcome to Leave It at the Table. I'm Kyle Wright, sitting across from my partner in crime, Mr. Drew Gorman.
What it do?
Make sure you tell little Dawson's Creek over here that we're going to have to pull that microphone up to that dome piece when we start to talk.
Major dome piece.
Major dome piece.
I got you.
You got the voices in there. Go ahead and introduce our guest today, Mr. Drew Gorman. Go ahead and introduce him, please.
So we've got my brother, Dawson Gorman.
What's up?
And then Kyle found out that I was bringing my brother, so he brought his brother, Mr. Liam Fisher.
What's up?
Liam, technically my cousin. Technically, right? But never been like that. Love you. Never.
That was a crisp high five.
Well, that's brotherly love.
I would
man.
say that's how you know it's real.
Show us the ginger
Cousin.
high five here. Let's see this one.
Look
I got
at
the
the,
tinge of the ginger.
we got to look at the elbows.
That was
That was pretty good.
pretty good.
We in there like swimwear, baby.
That's my left arm, dude.
So you guys, obviously, I told you I was going to do this as a joke. How long have you known each other?
I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I've known him ever since he's been alive.
So you're older,
Yeah, a year and a week.
a year and a week old. So
Exactly.
parents, like 3 months, they knew Drew wasn't the one. They're like back to the drawing board.
No, they told me I was getting a dog, and then they brought him home. So
Not
I
true.
don't know. Not true.
So I was raised around, I had my little sister Shelby, and then my cousin Monica was born, and then Gabby was born, and then I was like, Jesus Christ, it's just nothing but estrogen. I need some testosterone.
Fennels.
And then Liam was born, so
Yeah.
here we go.
And we're
Always-
still missing testosterone.
Still missing, still looking for the T. Still need the T boost. This is cool. So I haven't, we did no show prep for this. I don't know how we're gonna address this today. What do you got over there?
Just pulled up on the books, and we're not seeing any comments, but there are definitely comments because Kyle has already said the intro is longer than thousands of things Drew is late for every week. Puke and rally. Chef Ross saying, "What's up, fellas?" And Shelby says, "Liam, hi."
Hi, Shelbs.
That's crazy. I wonder why the chat isn't. I'll try to fix the chat issue. So we will.
Oh, my bad. And Jordan says, "Let's go."
Why am I
so,
not getting any?
yeah, I'm very confused. Oh, Shelby, get out of here. She's already putting Drew equals puking emoji. Like,
There we
come
go.
on.
Wow.
So yeah, there's
Coming at-
there's the big
That's too
agenda.
strong.
They stay coming at me, dog.
There's the big agenda today. This is how I roped Liam into this without him knowing, and I do apologize, and I love you. But you did walk in here during Hot Ones and not eat a hot wing.
Yeah,
I did.
did happen.
So we gotta get you somehow. So what we're doing today, my lovely wife Rachel has come up with 4 dishes that we're going to sample today. I know what they are, obviously, because I'm a part of the grocery list manufacturing. You guys know what the appetizer is, and I'll go ahead and tell you what the appetizer is for everybody. This is the kind of shit we're doing today. This is going to be a Ritz cracker with tuna and peanut butter on it. And these are not like random things that we thought of. Last week we were doing our episode, and we looked online because it was something. I think it was one of our 20 questions that we popped across. It said, "What is the strangest food combination you enjoy?" And so we started. That ended up developing into us Googling some stuff online. Rachel popped into the comments with like the most off the wall shit that I've ever seen in my life, and we're trying that tonight. I do know that as well.
Okay. I'm not gonna spoil it.
Yeah, so
we'll
we
get
are
there.
we
That
are-
was off the wall. Like I was reading it, I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh shit! Is it time? Oh, we got appetizers.
Are we starting now?
Already.
Oh,
I hope you know you didn't make us sign anything, so we're liable to sue. By the way.
how do we do this? Is it?
Oh my
there's a-
God,
Why
no.
There's an extra cracker just in case. I don't know if I put enough peanut butter in there.
Okay.
There was no instruction.
Here, you want to tell us what we're eating here as we pass it out? Grab Drew's microphone and tell us what
Okay.
we're eating here.
Okay, so we've got a lovely Ritz cracker. I mixed a can of tuna and a spoonful of peanut butter. Maybe a little more, and
not
just
do the
mixed
smell.
it together, and then I
I
put it in the
wouldn't.
fridge for like 2 seconds.
I wouldn't smell.
Yeah, you can sandwich it, or you can use that second one as like a.
I feel like this is kind of the kind of
I don't have any
food.
trash cans. Oh
Yeah.
no! I don't have any trash cans in here.
right there.
Okay.
I feel like this is the kind of food that only a pregnant
I smelled
lady
it.
would like.
Just in case. This
Don't
is
smell. Don't.
a full trash can.
You said, don't say it out loud because it was gonna make me want to smell it.
It's gonna be delicious, and this was. I wasn't gonna do this one, but Kyle said to do it, so I'm
Did
sorry.
you try this?
Nope, because I don't eat tuna.
Neither does he.
You don't want it. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm allergic. I'm allergic to tuna. And peanut butter.
You want to do it at the same time, Drew?
Good luck.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Move your camera back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you had to move your camera back on you there, Drewski.
No,
All right.
they don't need to see me.
Are we going in order? Are we gonna go in order so I can put the main camera on? Drew, do you want to?
No, we all need to do it at once.
We all got to do it at once. Okay, but I got the camera ready here to switch because there's gonna be a good reaction somewhere.
Oh, I guarantee you it's Liam. I guarantee you already it's Liam.
Just go on and put the camera on Liam right now.
Bumblebee tuna. Chef Ross.
Oh, this is
Oh.
gonna be fucking great. All right,
Dude, you're gonna need an empty trash bag.
Ritz crackers, tuna, bottoms up, boys.
Oh, you guys ate the whole fucking thing.
I don't know about thumbs up, but I'm okay. Take a bite. You don't have to eat the whole thing.
Wait, where's the water?
I didn't.
Yeah, that is kind of criminal, making us eat
There's
this
no
without
water.
any water.
I have drinks for the next thing.
Yeah, there are. Yeah.
There's normal water though. There's normal water, like a palate
But
cleanser.
there's bottles in the garage.
I've got it.
I'd eat it again.
That's actually not that bad.
I would eat it again.
That's actually not that bad.
He took a bite and immediately dropped it. It's funner on this side of the table, Kyle. Oh, we got a clip again.
Still going. We're off to a killer
That's so bad.
Dude, I want to do that again.
We're off to a killer start.
Oh,
I really need some water. Like, just get this out of my mouth. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
I don't need any water. That was good. Do me another.
There's more.
Do me another.
My love.
You didn't put anything in this water, did you?
The water is safe. What's the matter?
This is not safe. This is toxic.
Did it have a bag?
It happened already. Not me. Not me. Not me.
I don't want that.
Well, I'm giving it to you safely. Nothing got on the sides.
We got some
Dude,
comments.
it's on the side of my lips.
We got some comments coming in.
the
Kyle,
aftertaste is worse than anything.
Yes,
Kyle's
dude.
idea. That one was all Kyle.
we got some
You gotta
comments
have an
coming in.
appetizer.
We got Kyle Albritton in here saying getting viewers early, LOL. Chef Ross saying man down, and Shelby Ham says ew no with a laughing emoji.
I know that there's somebody on this earth that will actually eat that as a craving.
That was.
I have 3 people in mind that would
Dog,
definitely eat that.
that-
I would
On a
eat that
regular
again.
basis.
What was that? Tuna and peanut butter?
You're disgusting.
No, I wouldn't eat that for a snack, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
No, it was not as bad as I thought. It was as bad as you thought. But
I hate tuna, dude. Dude, that's me eating tuna like in general.
Well, that's
Like
Immediate.
that. Yeah.
I think
Oh, goodness.
I honestly think that might be the only vomit one, but I wanted one with a good reaction.
Because I think you got it.
That's a straight, that's
Yeah,
just
you got
regular
a straight
cracker.
Ritz.
Yeah,
Straight Ritz.
I need it. I need.
Shelby says pregnancy cravings.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
exactly.
I was gonna say once again, this was not something that we just came up with. Oh my God!
Boy.
Drew's gonna buy
No,
the
no,
spoonful. I'm putting it
no.
on him. Drew's gonna buy the spoon. Oh no!
Hey, I'm here for it. I love peanut butter and I love tuna fish.
I like peanut butter too, which makes me think like the whole ramen thing is not gonna be as bad also. But
It's just kind of off the wall.
you like ramen noodles, right? You grew up poor, son. I know you like ramen noodles.
Yeah, but there's not tuna in there, is there?
No, there's no tuna in it. No, there's no more tuna. I can tell you that much. There's no more tuna. Unless you meet somebody at the gym.
The Ritz really set it off. Though.
There's only old Air Force people at that gym.
The Ritz,
The
the Ritz,
Ritz really set it
bound
off.
it. They
Yeah.
bound it together.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
See, that was I needed one with a good reaction. The next one is a drink that
That's something I would give prisoners to eat, like just so they can, like, meet their protein intake or something like that. Just slop.
I hate
That is great protein.
Yeah, I mean, I would
It's
imagine
double.
it'd be.
I'm sure if you're trying to like build muscle, that is like
Oh, hello.
the perfect stuff to eat.
I should have done that more often.
Drew's pregnant. Ross says. Chef Ross.
Shelby Drew OMG. Hey, if I'm pregnant, good God, let's get rich.
I do like the idea of Chef Ross cooking for us one day. That would be pretty fun.
Yeah. And create some evil concoction. So to create the quadruple puke. I don't know about all that now.
Who wants pasta?
Are you already? Is it settling and you're not liking it, or
Yeah.
like what's
Dude, I'm in the splash zone.
No, you're good. I'll shove my head in there
This
if it
was
happens.
late. This was a late
you were your
reaction.
own splash zone there for a minute.
Dude, it sits in there.
I'm a veteran at throwing up, so I know like to put the trash can like an inch away from my face.
Yeah, no, Liam's actually yeah. It's like sitting right here, deciding which way it's gonna go.
Yeah,
I feel like we're okay. I'm getting those sweats though.
Those are the worst.
Getting the little sweats.
Did y'all
down my
really
face.
not enjoy that?
No, Drew.
No,
Drew.
we did not.
Oh,
gosh.
disgusting! What kind of
What
concoction?
the fuck is this?
Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
looks bad. That looks-
Oh, this looks as bad as I thought it
This
would.
looks bad.
No.
That looks like a horchata.
Here, Carson could. Carson, you want to try this for me? No.
I'm scared of this one.
What's in it,
I'm
dude?
scared of it. I don't,
So this
I don't know what's in it.
is Pepsi and milk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
Pepsi and milk,
Pepsi and milk.
and it's kind of. Oh, dude, it's like. I'm not saying the word, but it's kind
It
of.
is perfectly fine.
The milk is not expired.
No, I bought it today.
Actually, yeah, no,
Okay.
just purchase.
1%, 2%,
Whole milk, Pepsi and
All
whole
that.
milk.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Kyle's gonna start
Pepsi.
throwing some stink bombs in there.
Are you really lactose intolerant?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Look, this
we've
is a
already
problem.
Shelby. We've already had some stink bombs released in this area.
old Dawson has never stepped foot in the
Sorry.
studio before. Carson, you want to take a sip of this on camera with me?
Nope.
Here, come here.
No,
Dude, it tastes good.
I can put this on.
just watch out.
Come
watch
here.
out for the
Watch
cords.
out.
Here, go under the cords. You don't have to take a sip. Just come say hi.
You want to be on camera?
Yeah, you can be on camera.
Whoa, Albritton, cover one of the
Look up
sour
there.
gummies with blue cheese and
at
the
the
bomb hot sauce. Oh my!
Wave hi to everybody.
You finally on TV, huh?
All right, be careful.
No, and I don't.
All right, bottoms up, I suppose. is
Chug a
the-
lug lug,
I don't know. The longer it sits here, I feel like it's gonna start curdling, and I don't want that to
Alright.
happen.
chug a lug lug. Oh, Liam's going
We
in.
don't have to drink the whole thing, right?
No,
Okay.
That's not bad.
that's not bad. It's not good. I don't think that
The
would
Pepsi overpowers it.
Yeah.
The
Chugged
Pepsi.
it.
just. You're gonna vomit. That's gonna happen.
Hey,
Why
if
do
it-
you insist on eating the whole thing?
I mean, all I tasted was Pepsi.
Yeah.
Dude, you're gonna be laying down later tonight, like, oh, like, why is my stomach hurting so bad? Like,
tummy.
Can't do it.
Oh no.
dude,
I'm not gonna throw up today.
I mean, again, it's not horrible.
A lot of Pepsi.
It is.
It's pretty bad.
you want to try it?
You want to try it?
I.
Just take a sip. Dude, if I took a sip, you have to take a sip.
If I throw up into.
You're not gonna throw up.
You might throw up. I don't know.
We got a trash can for you.
It really just tastes like Pepsi.
Yeah, it just.
Yeah.
You like
Ma-
Pepsi, right?
My mom wants to know what we're drinking. This is Pepsi and milk mixed together. This
Oh, ew.
How
Here,
how did
come
the
take a sip. Come on. You okay? Just a little sip. That's water. That's cheating.
does it how closely does this relate to the Pepsi and the Coke and Oreo?
The Coke and Oreo is disgusting, dude. It's really bad. No free ads, but Coca-Cola, you got to do better.
You know, this reminds me of whenever Drew and I were kids, we played this
Don't-
game
don't
called
touch anything, okay?
Spoons. And,
Oh, yes.
And if you didn't get a spoon,
Hold on, this sounds intimate.
yeah, if you didn't get a spoon, not this. If you didn't get a spoon,
It's a card game.
you had to drink a concoction that we would make, and every round we added one more thing to that concoction.
Just
and by
out
the
of-
end of the game, you had milk mixed with ketchup and mustard and relish and everything.
Now here it comes.
Mom saying, "Come on,
It's
Carson."
disgusting.
Mom saying, "Come on,
Yeah,
Carson."
look, Mimi and Aunt Shelby are saying you got.
Yeah, saying, "Drink it, drink it, Carson."
Little sip. A
Dude,
little
that
sip.
sounds like
Here
something
you go.
straight
You got
out
it.
of like Blue Mountain State or American Pie.
Oh, it was a blast. It's literally a card game, and
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
and then you have to. So basically, we could all play, and
No.
you just have a deck of cards, and you start with 4, and you have to
I'm getting
be the first person to match all 4 cards, like 4 4s, 4 5s, and then as it goes, you look
Careful
and
around
then
these cords.
pick it.
Pick a spoon.
If you want to keep it, pass it down. Once you get 4 cards, you pick a spoon. You don't announce it. You just kind of pick a spoon, and everybody's focused on playing. The last person to pick a spoon has to is eliminated. If you don't get a spoon, they're eliminated, and you have to take a drink of the concoction.
and once the first person grabs a spoon, it's fair game.
It's a free for all. If
Everybody
you
can have
see,
a spoon.
if you see someone grab it, grab you a spoon. Don't just keep playing.
Yeah.
Like but some people are mean and grab a spoon all sneaky and just wait for people to keep grabbing cards.
God.
It's a blast.
Rachel says spoons is so fun. Of course. Rachel
Yes,
loves
Raquel.
spoons.
Yes.
Chef Ross says he's having a charity barbecue. Oh my goodness. Chef Ross says he's having a charity barbecue next weekend. So
Hey, we got Tim Reed in the chat, a Glizzy boy in the chat. Let's go.
let's go. Bo Green's out there as well. Thanks everybody for watching and supporting tonight. Once again, we are going to make some picks tonight. A little college football. We can tell a story in the meantime while our entrees are making their way into the room. Come on.
I can't smell it.
Entrees are making their way in. The Pepsi and Coke was a mild hit. It was a big hit with Drew.
Give me one.
What is this? Anchovies and
No. This is Rachel's. There's her hot sauce in it. Did you do the slap your mama?
Slap your
All right, so get on that microphone over there again and tell us what you did.
Can I tell?
So this is regular chicken ramen, and then I add hot sauce and peanut butter.
This is her. Like she
I
likes.
eat this like normal.
Okay. I like the peanut. That's normal in like a.
Yeah, peanut and
Yeah.
chicken.
I'd say
goes
I've heard of
together.
peanut.
Hello. Some heat. I normally use like Cholula or something, but we just had Slappy Mama, so it's gonna have to
What
do.
is that?
It's just as good.
Shout out to Walker and Sons.
Yeah, this was the one that she had put on the group chat.
Damn, that kind of slaps.
This was the one that she had put on the group chat, and I was just
Pretty
like,
good.
"What?
Yeah.
What in the world is this?" So,
I would actually eat that.
anyone else gonna finish it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably
because-
gonna.
I already know you're gonna want seconds. So.
I would actually. I mean, that's okay. You got me.
So there's
That's pretty
so
good.
many different ways to make ramen though. Like how do you make your ramen? That's
I am a.
there's a lazy way and there's a
No, that's
official way.
fair. I've grew up poor, so I've done it each and every way you could think of. Microwave, obviously, 5 minutes. You pull it out. You put your salt, your seasoning in. You mix it up. You put it back in for 4 more minutes. Perfect microwave ramen.
Yep.
That's the way I always did it. And then, of course, when the gourmet on the stove.
That's how I like it.
Michaela made some last night, and it was.
So bomb.
You had some of it. I had made a pizza beforehand, and then she came home and she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna make ramen for dinner," and I'm like, "I had pizza for dinner," but she makes cracks an egg and fries an egg over top of it and
Oh, so
puts
she
all
gets
kind of
bougie
seasoning.
with it.
Oh yeah, major bougie.
It's fire.
All right, guys. Let's talk about this debate from last night. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just obviously just kidding. So let's put the mattress down story.
Okay.
All right, so if you went to Liam's fight, you'll probably remember I was screaming, obviously drunk before he even took the stage because we were told be there at 8:00. Liam didn't go on to fight till like 11:30. So 3.5 hours. We're getting free drinks pumped to us all night.
A blast.
An absolute incredible time. Drew spilled like 2 or 3 beers that night.
Oh, they weren't beers.
Oh no, Drew spilled
and Cokes.
rum and cokes.
Oh yeah.
Was spilling them, bro. Like could not hold them. Could not hold them.
The ladies just kept coming by and they were like, "Hey, can I get you another?" Yes.
Of course, we're at a VIP
That's why those fights
table.
are so fun, dude. Like
Yeah.
if you're just going to watch, like it's a fun time.
Yeah, obviously I'm going for you, but we got there early, and before then we had met up over at
Oh yeah, we pre-gamed.
at
Was
the
it in the
Mexican
parking lot?
restaurant across the street.
No free ads. Los Rancheros.
Los Rancheros, no free ads, but ended up there and they were just finishing up the 2-for-1, so we ended up getting two 2-for-1s.
The big margaritas and the beers. Like 2 rounds of beers, and I did a round of the margarita.
And then we show up, and then we're sitting at a VIP table, and it's like, I'm drunk off my ass. And I'm sitting, you came up, I'm glad there's video because I don't remember a single bit of your fight.
You know what I do remember? A guy dying that night and then them doing the Sleep Center ad.
Dude.
In the middle of him possibly being dead.
Since 19. Oh my god.
That was the best part of the
That
whole
was the
night.
best.
Was we watched the guy. We thought he might actually be dead. Got knocked out in like 3 seconds.
I think I
and
still have that video too.
Of the guy getting
Of
knocked
the guy,
out?
yeah.
Shout out to Cody Hoffman and his girlfriend Chelsea.
Yes.
She got a video of it, and we're all like around the table, like, and then you hear the background, putting people to sleep since 1965. Is that what it was?
Something like that.
69.
But nice. So mattress down.
Yeah, so I was shouting that as Liam made his way to the ring. Obviously, again, belligerently drunk. So Liam and I used to do this thing, and I like to think I take a little bit of credit for Liam being able to grapple to this day, because I used to beat Liam up all the time. We used to wrestle, and when I lived in this apartment over off R Jackson, I can't remember the name of the Paddock Club, right? Was that the name of the
Yeah,
apartments?
yeah.
So I lived in the Paddock Club, and we had just bought a new mattress, and as you know, living in an apartment, no, not into it.
That was the first one that I'm like, nah.
No, really.
Nah.
He finished all of it though.
I started something, now I gotta finish it. I finish everything now.
Yeah, I finished that one.
Respect.
I finished it, but that was just out of the way my brain works.
The last thing we have is a dessert
Sorry.
that I am a little interested in. I don't think it's gonna be bad, but it's definitely weird.
I hope it's something like spinach and brownies, because like that I can do all day.
It's not spinach and brownies, but it is a fruit with a vegetable. Not a vegetable. It's a fruit with a.
I thought you said dessert.
It's a fruit with a condiment. Is what we're. Yeah.
Guys, oranges and mustard.
No, you know the watermelon and mustard is apparently a thing.
I've heard that.
I've heard that one
I don't
before.
like
Because
mustard.
salt and watermelon's a thing.
Salt. Well, I do salt and watermelon every damn time. Every damn time. So anyway, I had an old mattress up on the wall, and we would lay the mattress down and wrestle on it. And so our joke for a long time, where we'd be talking shit back and forth, and we're like, "Put the mattress down, then, dude. Put the mattress down."
Keep in mind, this is before I hit puberty too, so I was
Yeah.
like 5'8", 5'9", like a buck nothing.
Put the mattress down.
Yeah, and he's like 6'6", 220, just throwing my little ass around. Dude.
And you guys are what? 5 years, 6 years apart?
No, actually, take 10 years apart.
I think it's like
eight years apart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 8.
Yeah, you were born in 2000, so 8 years apart.
So you beating up on little kids, huh?
Yeah, you're damn right. Look at him now, an accomplished fighter, 1-1.
What?
Retired,
As an amateur.
Retired
Yeah.
at 25 years old,
Yeah.
dude.
Hey,
You're
here.
welcome.
Dude, they're gonna start writing a movie about me pretty soon. Like, just saying.
Okay. Hey, hopefully I'll get a cameo. Can Carrot Top play me?
Combat and tuna fish. The Liam Fisher story.
Combat and tuna fish.
Combat and tuna fish. I just thought this would be fun to have some guests on with us tonight while we do this absolutely dreadful challenge of
Kind
ours.
of a crazy question. Who would you want to play you if you're in a movie?
After seeing The Whale, Brendan Fraser, because I'm fat and he played a great fat guy.
That dude does it right too.
Yeah, I think Brendan Fraser,
Not Chris Farley.
he's dead.
Still.
John Candy,
Still
he's
like
also
of all
dead.
time though.
I know, but well, all time, then yeah, dude, Chris Farley would be a perfect Kyle Wright.
He would.
He would. It would be a fantastic Kyle Wright.
I'd like Eddie Murphy to play me.
Eddie Murphy. Now, if Disney was casting you, it would probably be Eddie Murphy. What do you got? Oh God. Okay.
Strawberries and mayo.
It's not mayonnaise. I would consider it maybe worse
It's sour
than
cream.
mayonnaise. It is
Yeah.
sour cream.
So we have
That's Greek yogurt, pretty much.
strawberries dipped in sour cream
You hate
and
sour
then
cream?
rolled in brown sugar.
Yay! We have something Drew hates.
Sorry, Drew.
I don't know if you heard it, but this one was the one where I was like, I'll take it. I'll leave it.
And if this wasn't enough for you, I still have sour challenge stuff in there. Yeah. Yeah. Bring me something.
Brown sugar and sour cream and
Strawberries.
strawberry. There you go. Let the people see it.
This looks rancid. I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but this looks terrible.
It doesn't
I have a
sound.
feeling that I'm not going to taste the sour cream. It's going to be overpowered by
I
all the
hope you're
other
right.
flowers. The flavors, like sour cream, is such a it's not.
Oh, you went in already.
Your sister's weird saying
What'd she
that
say?
actually sounds good.
I'm about to go crazy. Here we go.
Heck no, it doesn't.
I'm gonna be honest. Not bad.
That slaps.
Yeah.
That's actually really good.
Replace sour cream with yogurt.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Sour cream is pretty much Greek yogurt, right?
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. That's the
Are we
end of
doing
that.
another
Time.
challenge?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll find something.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, there's some tart coming through that one. Those are some good strawberries. Did you like it? How you doing over there?
Those are some good strawberries.
Those are
It
really-
didn't taste any sour cream. That's
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a bummer.
What, you wanted me to have a Liam reaction?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping somebody would.
That's how you get viewers. You have to fake it.
You like how I put the mic up to it too, where I was just like,
No, yeah, it was great content. I can't wait to make a clip of that.
Shelby, try the tuna and peanut butter. Try it. Try it.
Yeah.
You'll
Try,
like
I mean,
it.
I would
Yeah.
say give it a shot. Liam loved it.
Don't knock it till
don't
you
even
try it.
Just sniff it. Just give it a good whiff.
He didn't even have to. He didn't even.
He just smelled it and immediately.
He was gagging
Yeah,
before
'cause
he ate.
he was like, oh, I smelled it so bad, and I was like, well, I gotta smell it now.
I didn't see anything wrong with that one.
Yeah.
All right, boys. LSU. Talk about your Tigers here for a minute. Dawson, I'll start with you. 1-1. Obviously, took the opening week loss to USC over in Vegas. Last week went home for who was it?
Nichols.
For Nichols State.
Yeah.
And things didn't really look great until the back end of the second, maybe the back end of the third quarter before LSU really started to kind of take off a little bit.
Before the season started, I actually had a lot of hope for our defense. You know, coming in from last season, having a horrible defense, probably the worst in the SEC, if I'm correct, right? Probably one of the worst in the SEC.
I
What
still
you're
think we-
projecting to have? Or?
no, like last season.
Okay.
I still think we were better than Vanderbilt, but
Yeah, probably. Anyways,
90% of the America is better than
yeah,
Vanderbilt.
that's true.
Vanderbilt's not really in the SEC.
No, not really. Anyways,
Tier 4.
So I with adding on our new DC, I actually liked what I saw in the DC and honestly, like the start of the season, I don't see anything different from last year. I really don't. I thought that they were going to play Harold Perkins at the end. I thought they learned their lesson, honestly, from last year. Like, he didn't have a really great year last year. I mean, he still played well. He was quiet. And then you come in the first two the first two games of the season, and it's a little bit of the same thing that we saw last year. Obviously, we got our crap together towards the end of the Nichols game, but it's Nichols. Like, South Carolina is not good by any means, but they're a whole lot better than Nichols. So in a game where preseason, I was actually like, South Carolina, like, that's going to be a blowout. I really don't know. If South Carolina is going to be a blowout if we show up the same way we did with Nichols.
Well, we are picking that game today. Let me hear the Drew Gorman take on the current state of the LSU Tigers, because obviously we're going to come over here for Florida State in just a moment.
I have seen a little bit of a difference. I think it's more for kind of how Dawson said. I think it's less on for this season in the differences in what our defensive coordinator and what our other defensive line coach and like I've said time and time again on this show, Brian Kelly went out and hired guys to fix those specific situations on our defense. And I think it's definitely going to take more than 2 games to show what has changed and what's different, because most guys at this stage, they're not going to buy in to what a coach has to tell them until they see it in game time. So at the end of the day, like, I want to see what it looks like against SEC opponents before I say, okay, I don't believe it right now.
Right.
But also, I think this does more. Yes, it's going to help technique wise and training wise and on the field, but I think where it really helps us is the recruiting trail. So this is where I think it puts us back on the map for next year and the year after and the year after, rather than trying to push our chips in right now because we still have Garrett Nussmeier for another year. John Emery just tore his ACL for the second time. He should be back next year. So we've got.
I thought John Emery was a senior.
If he's
A medical red
shirt again, they might give and COVID. He was a part of the 2019 national championship team,
Dang.
and it's 2024.
Look at that dude at Miami, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude's
So-
been in college since I was in diapers.
So, I like where we are, but like I said, I think the coaches more set us up for the next couple seasons, and I'm excited. I'm excited for where we are and what's going to happen, and I think we're in for a big game against South Carolina at South Carolina this year, this coming weekend. So I'm excited.
With that being said, like, I just don't want to have a year where it's another wasted, awesome offensive season. Like, we have an offense that can put up some really big numbers this year. I think Garrett Nussmeier is capable of putting up some really good numbers. I just don't want to waste another year with a stellar offense by a bad defense.
I think my buddy Alexis is watching, so I need to do something for him real quick. Sue! How to get it in. All right.
Is that Ronaldo?
Yeah. All right, Liam, I want to pan it over to you for a second. Obviously, we're big FSU fans. Florida State sitting at 0-2. How you feeling so far?
It's not looking good. I think our floor is like 5-7, 5-7, and then our ceiling is probably like 8-4.
Giving us 8, giving us 5. I mean,
Yeah, that's being generous too.
I think it all depends on this weekend. I know it sounds cliche, and everyone's going to look at Memphis like it's like an easy win for Florida State, but I think Memphis is favored to.
I would say they should not be taking Memphis.
They're favored to represent the G5. They're like it's them and Boise State. They're projected to be the college football playoff team that gets in. So I'm not looking past Memphis. Obviously, I've got the Know It All podcast. If anybody wants to hear my full takes on it, but I want to let you kind of cook on Florida State here for a minute because we haven't really been able to talk about it a whole lot.
My thing is, I think that Mike Norvell just got so lucky with the last 2 years in the transfer portal. And then I think he just had too many positions to fill, and he tried to fill it with more transfers. And, sometimes those guys are really hit or miss, right, on whether they'll produce or not. And I think that's just what you're seeing right now.
Well, it's I thought about this after we recorded last week. You're kind of going through a weird stint right now that most teams go through. The only teams that don't really have to go through this are your Georgias, your Alabamas, and I mean, truthfully, that might be the end of the list, right? Because Ohio State lost their guys, and they still haven't been back to the promised land. They've been back to the playoff a few times, but they still haven't been back to the promised land, right? LSU, the 2020 season where they won their national championship, they came back the following season, and they were not very good because they lost a lot of guys. LSU does not have – they're in the SEC. They have SEC resources, but they don't have Georgia, Alabama money, right? And that's kind of where Florida State is right now, man. Florida State lost 10 guys to the NFL last year, and you're trying to replace those guys. Number one, you're trying to replace a guy like Jordan Travis with a transfer quarterback in DJ Uiagalelei, who has all the tools to be a top-tier quarterback in college football. Everybody know, like, he's got the tools, but he doesn't know how to use them. It's a weird thing with DJ. I'm still not I refuse to believe this team is this bad. I still think there's maybe a light at the end of the tunnel. The kind of like the sense of denial. When you're a fan, you start to like. Obviously you know me. I don't make excuses for my teams, but let's say like, all right, this part as a fan, you gotta, and especially as a content creator for that team, you gotta start pumping stuff into your head. So Florida State's the only team in college football who opened with back-to-back Power 5 opponents. They're the only team in college football who opened with back-to-back conference opponents. First game, 4,000 miles away in Dublin, Ireland. You just call that one an upset, right? You got upset by Georgia Tech. It is what it is. And then you fly 4,000 miles back home, and you have 6 days to get ready for Boston College, a Boston College team who had 9 months to get ready for you. So that's kind of what I'm telling myself in my head, that just try to make myself feel a little bit better about what's going on right now. There's obviously talent there. There's obviously talent.
And Boston College is led by Bill O'Brien. So.
Right. In Boston College they play at Mizzou this weekend. Boston College could be better than we think. We thought that about Georgia Tech too, though. Georgia Tech has not looked, they got beat by Syracuse this past weekend. But once again, though, for Georgia Tech, you play a game in Ireland, and then you have to play back-to-back weeks. It just seems unfair. You know what I mean? I feel like you should get the bye week maybe immediately after that. Or like Florida State, that you play one game the week after, and then you get your bye week. Well, Florida State didn't play till Monday of the following week. Georgia Tech had to turn around and play Saturday. So they played back-to-back Saturdays after the 4,000 miles traveling. Now they got like VMI or something, but case in point. Those are the obviously I think Florida State's in a rut this year. The fire Mike Norvell talks are just the stupidest damn thing.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I don't. You want to set a program back 5 years that just set itself back 1 or 2, right? That's how you do it. You fire a damn good coach like Mike Norvell. Alabama came knocking. Dan Lanning said no. Steve Sarkisian said no. Alabama came knocking, and he said no to Alabama, and that's how they ended up with Kalen DeBoer. He was their third choice, but Alabama wanted him. When Alabama wants your guy's a good coach. Ask Brian Kelly about Mike Norvell the last couple of years. Ask a lot of everyone mentions like here's his record with Jordan Travis, here's his record without Jordan Travis. Brother, do you understand that Jordan Travis was what he was because of Mike Norvell? Because of the confidence and because of the skill set that Mike Norvell put into Jordan Travis. So I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
I'm really not. I'm not buying the Florida fans' hype on DJ Lagway coming out here dumping to wide open receivers against a business school from Howard, Alabama. Yeah. I'm not buying that hype. Did you see a throw from DJ Lagway that made you like, oh, this guy's good? Bro, he's putting the ball 40 yards downfield to wide open receivers. Yeah. Wide open with 8 to 9 yards of space. I feel like I would have had 8 catches for 100 yards against that team. So, to each their own. I know.
So what's your plan of action to fix it if it's not because hearing Liam's talk a minute ago, it was talking about Norvell trying to fix the roster because of transfer portal and just getting lucky last year. That kind of leads me to think maybe go a different way. Go with someone who's more X's and O's oriented rather than Norvell, who he's great on the recruiting trail. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, he's gotten dudes there.
The recruiting trail and the transfer portal trail are two different stories for FSU. Florida State's got a high success rate on the transfer portal. Not very great recruiting wise over the last couple of years.
Well, my question still remains.
Yeah.
What's your fixing point?
I just you try to keep your head above water this year, and my opinion is this Memphis game is everything, right? This is DJ's last chance. The first half of this Memphis game is DJ's last chance. And if going into halftime, if Florida State's losing, and DJ's the reason. Now the offense has to be the reason that this is happening. Like if the defense is getting their esophagus blown down their throats again, then then it's not a DJ problem at this point. It's a Florida State problem. But I thought the defense held their own in the second half last week, and the offense didn't do their part.
Yeah.
So if the offense is the problem going into the second half, if you're Florida State, it's time to look at the DJ Lagways. It's time to look at the Dylan Raiolas. Let's get the youth movement going in Tallahassee. You start Cam Davis at running back. You start Hakeem Williams at wide receiver. Your Lawayne McCoys. You get the youth going now. Luke Kromenhoek. You get him, the 5-star quarterback. Florida State just pulled in. You get those guys on the field now, and you start showing these recruits, come be a part of what these guys are going to do at Florida State. Now, again, DJ's never been this bad. He's never been great, but he's never been this bad. So I refuse to believe that Florida State's as bad as they've been so far. And I hope I'm not wrong, but we'll be making picks here in just a little while.
You give them all the way to halftime?
You have to.
Dude, you should have heard. They were booing him after like the second drive.
That's
the first quarter.
If those first two, that's where I'd go. If those first two drives don't look like a Florida State led offense, or obviously there's some leeway. You can give a guy if he's throwing throwing hard passes or receivers are dropping. But if he's completely missing open receivers or completely throwing the ball wide and just doesn't look like he's in control, like obviously the scary thought is, what if he is the best at Florida State? Because we don't see what they see in practice. What's behind him? That's the scary thought.
Yeah, I mean, you saw a little bit of Brock Glenn last year coming in as a true freshman, thrown to the Wolves, and it wasn't great. It wasn't great. I mean, he was not very good when he had his opportunities, and he was obviously a 4-star coming out of high school. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. Maybe Florida State was what I call the Ole Miss year. You know what I mean? Or not a flash in the pan. Maybe Florida State had their flash in the pan season and it's gone. And they, I don't know. David Ham commenting says he agrees. He gets 1 quarter, and he honestly doesn't think he deserves to start now. And I think that's
That's fair.
I can't argue with it anymore, to be honest. The first game, I don't think it was anything to do with DJ. The second game he was really bad. We also did have some drop passes that, you just
but
feel,
I mean, like, he's also like fastballing them in there at the same time. Like,
Yeah,
I've seen so many throws where like he misses a check down to a running back, and it's because he just
he throws the ball
like,
90 miles
plants
an
his
hour.
foot and just launches it.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Just like, and the running back has to like reach his arm out. Like I saw Toafili going for like that. I'm like, dude, he's like 2 yards away. Like,
not
why?
good.
Why does he need to do all that?
It's not good.
Gotta have touch.
Yeah,
You gotta have some
have
pizzazz.
finesse.
And it's all upper body. There's no lower body into his throws, dude. He's
Yeah.
looking. It's like watching a second baseman throw to first base. It's interesting.
And you know what's crazy? It was him and Bryce Young, like when they were in high school.
And
Like
C.J.
they were
Stroud.
number
And
1 and
C.J.
number
Stroud.
2. Yeah, and CJ Stroud. They were like the top 3.
Well, Bryce Young's obviously terrible. I love you guys.
Who dat?
I don't know that he's terrible. I think he's just in a terrible situation.
He's also terrible.
He's
He's in a bad. He's in a bad
He's-
situation, but
I think he's too little.
I
And
agree
he's
with
not
that.
athletic enough because dude,
can't be
every
small
time the
and on
pocket
it.
collapsed, he looked like he was running for his life.
you can't be small and unathletic, and that's unfortunately what Bryce Young is. He's not an athletic.
He's athletic
dude.
enough.
I don't think
In
so.
it-
Nah,
in the-
if
in the-
you
in the-
watched the game
in the right-
Sunday?
Oh, I watched
You're a
it.
Saints fan. Did you watch the game though?
Did you see the
Did you watch it
offensive
from
line?
an analyst standpoint?
No.
and not a Saints fan standpoint.
I was also cleaning because I had him coming into
the
town.
dude
so
had
I was,
Bryce Young had opportunities to make some plays.
there were. Would you take Bryce Young or Daniel Jones?
Oh, Danny Dimes, easily.
if you're going to be Bryce Young's height, you got to be like Kyler Murray
You have to.
on the feet.
yeah,
absolutely
and
gotta
then miss wide open Marvin Harrison Jr. Okay, but
Kyler Murray went into Buffalo and about took them boys out.
yeah, I still think Bryce has it. I think he just needs to be in a better situation because, like we saw at Alabama, if he has the right pieces around him, I think he can be good. But he's not going to be and I don't even know if I'm completely believing what I'm saying. I don't know if he's to the point that CJ Stroud is, because CJ Stroud went to a team that had weapons, but he made them better.
Right.
Bryce Young went to a team with weapons. I say that loosely. Adam Thielen being your number 1 receiver, DJ Moore, and then he got traded. I don't know if he definitely did not make them better.
He never got to play with DJ Moore, I don't think, right?
He started the year there.
I didn't think he made it that far. I thought he got traded before the season started. I thought that's the pick that they took Bryce Young with. Maybe I'm wrong. That's the pick that Chicago took Caleb Williams with.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I think Dalton was starting.
Yeah,
Carolina before they put Young in there.
The red rifle, baby.
All right, you guys are all 3 Saints fans.
Yeah.
Very good week 1.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. Who dat?
Very good week 1 for you guys. Obviously playing against the dud that we're talking about in Bryce Young.
Yeah.
But I mean, not only on the defensive side of the ball though, some things to be happy about on the offense.
Yes, there's a lot to be happy about, and like I had told you, at the end of the day, it was still the Panthers, so it kind of temper expectations, but still playing at home, first game of the season, come out, look dominant on both sides of the ball, literally went either 6 for 6 or 7 for 7 on scoring drives. The first 6 drives of the game, it resulted in either a touchdown or a field goal, which is absolutely insane. Whenever you like the last time the Saints scored 40 plus points in an opener was the 2009 season when we won the Super Bowl. Random stat for you there, but
Closest we came was the other year
Uh-oh.
against Green Bay. It was like
Yeah.
37-3.
yeah,
Oh yeah, that was in Jacksonville.
Jameis.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
that was
yeah.
when Jameis started. But at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, temper expectation because it was the Panthers, but there was a lot to be excited about. We were clicking on all cylinders. A freaking corner, our slot corner, Alante Taylor from Tennessee, had 3 sacks. Like that's just unheard of.
That's pretty interesting.
So, and like I said last week, we've got players, we've got dudes on all 3 levels on the defense. We've got dudes at tight end with Juwan Johnson and Taysom Hill. You've also got Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams. And then on the outside, Rashid Shaheed has speed for days. And then you've got Chris Olave. Derek Carr just has to be okay. He doesn't have to be good. He doesn't have to be great. He just has to be okay. And we win the division.
I think what this game means to the season is actually a lot more than what people think it is. In my opinion, it's a confidence starter where we go to the Cowboys, and then we play some pretty tough teams right after. I mean, we're going
I know you got Philly next week.
You're Philly.
See you there.
you're Philly,
Dallas, then Philly.
yeah, Dallas, then Philly,
Oh, wait, yeah.
and then we're playing a Falcons team that we always struggle. No matter how bad the Falcons are,
That's
it's
always a
always
game.
a tough game. They have some weapons. They did not look good on Sunday, but they have some weapons, and so like I think this game, starting off the season big like this, can give us the confidence to take out some monsters, possibly.
I like it. You got anything?
Yeah.
You good? I mean, you don't have any.
I mean, they pretty much said like everything that was in my mind. Like, yeah, they look great. Offense and dude, defense looks nasty this year.
Oh God, what is this?
No, please no.
way.
Surprise
With
course?
the mwahaha.
Pickles and peanut butter?
It's a classic weird combination.
Pickle and peanut butter.
I was getting excited. I thought it was apples.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I would say I thought it was like
It'd be
yeah.
too good if it was apples.
Well, someone take them down and pass them around.
Take one down,
I,
pass them
I
around.
love pickles. Might
Why
just,
is it all peanut butter?
But
That's all we got, brother. You're in a poor people's house. We spent all of our money on digital
podcast equipment.
Yeah, exactly what I was gonna say. See the setup in here.
Oh
This
my
wasn't. Oh, okay, scoop it up. Lick it off the plate, buddy.
See, the pickle juice is too watery, so it separates it from the peanut butter.
Foul.
Oh my gosh, I'm struggling, y'all. Right, here we go.
Maybe next time we should ask if anybody's got a peanut here. I'll take this one. This one's
Shelby
obviously
says
mashed.
yummy.
First
I don't
of
know
all,
if yummy's the
what
word
kind
I
of
use.
pickles are these?
They're Clausen. They're good pickles. Not Jimmy Clausen.
That's a good pick.
Mount Olive is better.
Mount Olive is better. I like. All right, here we go.
Yep, that's gross.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, no. Kyle Alberton said candy corn is worse than anything y'all ate already. I'm tired of the damn disrespect that candy corn gets.
Retweet. I love candy
I am
corn. Dog.
sick.
Corn.
I love candy
You
corn.
hate candy corn?
No, I said I like candy
Dude,
corn.
I will eat a whole bag of candy corn. I'm tired of the disrespect that candy corn gets
What
in
about
this country.
Peeps? Peeps is pretty controversial.
I hate Peeps.
Not a big Peeps guy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Not a big Peeps guy. My favorite thing with Peeps is the South Park episode, though. Peeps!
Peeps are gross too.
Ugh.
Hey, finally something we all agree with. Kyle
Yeah.
Alberton with.
Yeah, I don't like Peeps, but candy corn. Tired of the disrespect. Tired of the disrespect. Ooh, Dad, that one's sitting. That one's candy corn is the best. David Ham says.
Eating some right now. Where are you?
He's in Georgia.
Where are you?
All right, well, I'm the only person who's not a Saints fan, so I'll talk about the Dolphins here for a second.
Just don't get arrested on the way here.
Oh my God, that's a different situation.
That was so funny.
You were talking about
I saw it. I saw it on Instagram, like shared by some random group that that I follow, and I was like, "There's no way this is real. That's got to be like a fake Tyreek." And I sent it to him. I was like, "This is fake, right?" And he replies back immediately, nope.
Yeah, it's my like without getting too deep into that, I will tell you that's both sides of that handled that about as poorly
Oh, yes.
as both sides could have handled that. Tyreek was extremely disrespectful from the word go. Don't think that warrants a choke slam to the ground. No. It was just a citizen and a cop being as bad as they could have been.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Yeah.
That's a fair take.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
Nail, meat, head.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other way to put that. That was terrible on both sides. But the football game, the same guy comes out 3 hours later and has 7 catches, 130 yards, and a tutty. That's
An 85-yard touchdown?
80. Yeah,
80?
Yeah, I mean, Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill, man.
And I love his celebration.
The touchdown celebration was incredible. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It'll come up instantly.
Yes.
I like what the Dolphins have right now, man. I think their defense is much improved. They forced a big turnover, a fumble into the end zone when Jacksonville was about to take control of the game. It was 17-7 Jacksonville, like midway through the third quarter, and they were running the ball in. You thought all hope was lost, and Javon Holland peanut punches the fumble. It goes out the back of the end zone, and Miami takes over the game from there. I love what Miami.
Punch.
It was, dude. It was Javon Holland he's a dog. He was the top rated safety in the NFL last year, and now you're kind of giving him the Jordan Poyer and Marcus May cushion beside him now. Two like wily veterans that don't have to play as much. They're going to be able to feed off of each other. I really like the Dolphins. Calais Campbell had a big sack. Jalen Phillips had a sack. I'm excited, man. They'll get Bradley Chubb back in week 5. Jalen Ramsey's not 100% healthy yet, but he's playing through a little hamstring injury. So
There was a play that they had deep. I saw it. It was on Twitter. Or X.
Jalen Ramsey?
Jalen Ramsey's play.
Yeah.
It was like, this is why he is the highest paid corner, highest paid DB in the NFL. And it was literally a screen pass off to the left side to his guy. He's shoving off a block. The guy reverses field, goes that way, and it's just a shadow, and it shows Jalen Ramsey following him step for step across the field and ends up making the tackle behind the line of scrimmage on that side of the field. It runs across the field. It's like, okay, I get it. Guys put in effort, and it's the NFL, and guys are going to put in effort. But whenever you're the highest paid corner and you're still running from sideline to make a tackle, that says a lot, especially from a corner.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was so excited when, obviously, Florida State fan, so getting Jalen Ramsey on the Dolphins was big enough for that reason. But I stand by the opinion that Jalen Ramsey's a top 3 to 5 cornerback of all time to ever play the game. You know, you got Darrelle Revis, you got some other guys up there. Jalen Ramsey's absolutely in that conversation. So having him in a Miami Dolphins uniform is huge. And, of course, I liked what the offense was doing, man. They were struggling to run the ball a little bit, but Tua had a terrible first half. I think that's kind of a result of only playing one series in the entire preseason. I hate preseason football. It's a weird thing. But Tua turned it on in the second half, and he looked like Tua again. Jalen Waddle had himself a nice game. I thought the tight ends were great blocking and catching passes. I'm excited for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will be – they play the Bills on Thursday Night Football. We'll be picking that here shortly. I need the Dolphins to beat the Bills.
Crazy thing about Jalen Ramsey that I don't even know if you knew this, but he went to Brentwood Academy.
No way.
Yeah, freshman year was at Ensworth, and then he transferred to Brentwood Academy. But we used to live maybe 15 minutes away from there.
High school transfer portal's crazy.
Yeah,
They killed us in football.
Miami-Dade PD is awful. That came from Jordan Gibbs.
yeah. I think the start of that game looked a little rough for Miami, especially trying to build off of what last year had. I wouldn't say promise, but had looked like it was going to bring. And then you ran into the juggernaut of that Chiefs defense that was clicking on all cylinders at the right time.
And a minus 20-degree wind chill.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you come into this year and you're like, okay, be the 1 seed, take care of business, and we'll be playing in sunny Florida till Kingdom Come. We'll never have to leave the state of Florida till we go to New Orleans for the Super Bowl, which would be a dream come true. Saints, Dolphins. That would be
Staying at the lows, baby.
poetry. Yes.
We might not be watching Champion Square because we certainly ain't getting in.
Nope. So, but I got to go see Kendrick, baby. But
Should have been Wayne.
I agree
Hell
with that
no.
take.
Oh,
I
no,
agree
no,
with
no,
that
no.
take. But I this is where Drake meets his ultimate demise. But I won't go into that. But at the end of the day, I like what the Dolphins were able to do. It was kind of reminiscent of what most college football teams did this past weekend. They struggled for the first half, went into halftime, figured out what was going wrong, and then go from there.
Got some circus peanuts. You guys like circus peanuts?
No.
Gross. Disgusting.
It's the texture
The
for
worst.
me. I feel like I could probably do the flavor, but when you mix that flavor with the texture, it's like
Yeah.
it's too much for me.
And I don't know if you saw it, but we got a glizzy boy / umpire in the group chat, in the group with us.
Oh, good old
He's
Ryan.
watching. What's going on, Ryan?
Man, I hope you're out there. What a great dude. I wish he was playing with us though. He's a great umpire, but it would be nice to have him back in the dugout.
Yes. He's still in the group chat.
It's like
That's the craziest part about
I
it.
kept hearing about how good Ryan was, and then he's out for the whole season with back issues. I never got to see Ryan play ball. He played, but he was never like where he was supposed to be with us
Yeah.
for that whole season. So everyone kept telling me like, "Hey, he's the best hitter on the team." And then I hit more home runs than Ryan last year.
Oh,
So
coming for throats now. Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm not a power. Well, I am a power hitter. I got it back there at the end of the Glizzy Boys season, I think. But
And hey, you got it back here recently because we finally had a PLP.
yes, sir.
And you got 2 glizzies in you.
We have a 2 hot dog theory. So
Yeah.
I went the whole season. I only hit two home runs in a whole season of softball. Hit one in like the very second game of the season, which only went out what we call a field 2 home run.
Yeah.
It was not out on any other field. It barely cleared the fence on field 2. So we really only hit one. So we always had this theory where I have to have 2 hot dogs, or what we call glizzies for the adults out there. I have to have 2 glizzies before a game for me to have any power. So we had the splits that night. Hit in the first game, hit pretty decent in the first game. Went out to the parking lot, ate my 2 glizzies in between games, and then we came back. We had the split. We had an hour in between games. 2 glizzies, 3 beers. Went back out there, hit one into the tennis courts, over the tennis courts,
And it was gone.
yeah, like it was a no doubter, bro. Like off the bat, like I did a bat flip. I've never flipped a bat in my life.
But we know it's 2 and maximum of 2.
It's a max.
If he had 3 one night and did nothing but pop up. And it was just like, Kyle, what is wrong? He goes, I had 3 glizzies.
Can't have 3, bro. 3 is too many. 2 with mustard. Colonel Mustard. Shout out Chris Person.
Shout out Colonel Mustard, baby.
Such a stupid thing. But God, we have so much fun out there, man. I'm excited for another season.
Old glizzy goblin over there.
That's me, Glizzy Goblin, Glizzy General. Some would say.
Yeah.
Used to be retired general manager. All right. So we're gonna get into our picks, but first I want to plug what I got going on next week. We went last week, Drew Gorman. This week, 2 Gorman. Next week, no Gorman. So next week I'm still gonna do a show. Gonna have David Hayes and Brian Bassett in the studio with me.
Yes, sir.
Gonna be talking about music next week. So
Heck yeah.
They're both guys that are super enthusiastic about music. I should probably have you stop by too. That would be fun because you're starting to get into the art of creating music as well. So
And now we're gonna do a challenge since Liam's invited.
we're doing
No
a
more
second.
food challenges.
We're tuna only.
If I hear any seafood, I'm out.
Reese's and tuna next week. Everybody be
Reese's
here.
and tuna.
What's the second best Halloween candy after the obvious Reese's cups? We'll get closer to Halloween. We'll do something.
Butterfinger.
Kit Kat.
I love a good Butterfinger. But Halloween candy, like when you think
Snickers.
Halloween, it's gonna be something that you get a lot of. So it's gonna be, the Milky Ways, Snickers bars,
2 packs of Starburst.
Snickers.
the 2 packs of Starburst.
Yeah.
Slap.
Depends on where you trick or treat.
I'll say the best is when you would open
Go
up
down
the 2 pack of
30A,
Starburst and you get 2 pinks.
Yes, bro.
Go down 30A. You'll get a whole pack of Starburst
Yeah.
instead of just the doubles.
You can go to Bay Point. Yeah.
Yeah, Bay Point too.
Yeah, that's where I trick or treated growing up. We used to clean house going down there, dude.
Shelby says we need to do the weird sodas.
They're in processing. We're working on it.
We're
Shelby.
working. Yeah, I just haven't pulled the trigger on
Are
it.
those like the ranch flavored soda, dude?
Bacon flavored and stuff.
I've tried those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
That's gonna be a good episode.
You'll be in.
Yeah,
I
no,
work-
no.
Back in Tennessee, I work in a food pantry, and we get all of the things that the grocery stores can't sell. And so one Easter, we got Peeps Pepsi. Peeps Pepsi. Yeah.
No free
No,
ads.
thank you.
No free
No
ads.
free ads. No, thank you. Oh, ugh.
Peeps Pepsi. Peepsy.
Peepsy.
Pepsi.
Find the tuna sodas. That's disgusting.
I told Dawson on the way here. I was like, I thought we'd see it up there, but I was like, keep an eye out for anything that Kyle Albritton says, because it's gonna be the craziest off the wall stuff. It's devious. It's nasty. If he saw me throw up first night, and he's been calling for it ever since then. So now, anytime Liam comes on,
Yeah.
he's probably gonna say, "Grab the tuna."
His was better than yours, by the way. His had
Yeah.
there was substance to his.
Yeah.
Yours was like a little mostly dry heave. His had that was vomit. That
Mixed tuna soda, and peanut butter
mouthwash,
jelly
by the way?
soda for Drew.
Uh-huh.
You got mouthwash, by
I
the
do
way?
have mouthwash.
Okay.
Yeah.
What,
So-
you don't want to taste that going home?
Hell no.
So
I'm going to the gym too. Last thing I want to do when I'm gasping for air is fucking breathing in tuna.
Oh no,
Start
thank
throwing
you.
up again.
that's for after the gym. All right. Yeah. All right.
You want
So, yeah.
viewers, you make it happen.
So yeah, next week I'll have Brian Bassett, David Hayes in the studio. I just want to like pick their minds and talk about music. We'll probably talk about the Super Bowl halftime show a little bit as well. I personally, I'm a big rap fan. I'm a big hip hop fan. I do, however, want to see country and rock and roll integrated back into the world of the Super Bowl. One of the most memorable Super Bowl shows was obviously when Creed did it back when it was in Dallas.
I thought you were gonna say Justin Timberlake.
Well, I can make it to the end of this song. Rocky Mountain Oysters. Ooh,
Oh no.
yeah.
Oh,
Never done it.
you
never
can't
done
even
it.
get those down here. I don't think.
You could probably order them. You could probably
It's
order
even
them.
worse. Like
You ever had a
week-old-
Rocky Mountain oyster?
No,
Week
I
old
don't
shipping.
think I don't think I'll choose to have it. If it was in front of my face and like, I'd take a good dare. Like yeah.
I'd have to be on like Fear Factor, and they're like, "All right, you get 25 grand if you eat this thing." I'm like,
Oh, Creed. So Creed was a Thanksgiving game, and I think a lot of there's obviously a lot of race issues out there where everybody's like, oh, no, yeah, we don't want to keep seeing rappers do the Super Bowl. That has nothing to do with it for me. I just would, however, like to see. It's been rap, hip hop, and like pop. You know, like Katy Perry and Bruno Mars. It's been that for like the last 10 years. And most of them have been really good. Rihanna was incredible. Some of them, like Usher last year was okay. But some of them haven't been great. And I just want to see.
I
think there's other things, man.
I like how they, like whenever the Super Bowl was in LA, I like how they brought out like Snoop and
Yeah.
and all the people who were like from the area, from that state. I love seeing like a little hometown. That's why I kind of wanted Wayne. And I mean, if you want to go the country route, you could have gone with Trace Adkins. He's from Sarepta, Louisiana, which is north of I-10, so he's still a Yankee. But
She was staring out the window.
I think they should do like
Or
what Drew was saying, how they had like all the different like rappers from LA, but they should just do it with like different genres of music.
Conway Twitty is back, baby. Hey, Louisiana woman, Mississippi man.
Mel McDaniel.
Loretta
They'll
Lynn.
just do it like they'll do a couple like Kendrick songs, and then they'll do a couple like Morgan Wallen. They'll bring Morgan Wallen.
I think that's what he was going to say earlier is that he thinks Wayne's going to end up joining Kendrick on stage, like the ultimate FU to Drake. Is that what you were going to?
No, that's not what I was gonna go for, but that would be.
I mean, Drake has kind of isolated himself from the entire Young Money family. So
Let the lighter flick.
I feel like it's got to happen. I understand why he's not the headliner, I guess, because Wayne's so unreliable to get there on time.
And if you've seen footage of like his recent shows, he can't even remember his own lyrics. Like,
Well-
he's up there drunk as hell.
Well, that's believable too. That's
And-
believable.
Yeah, they can't have that at
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
dude.
that's fair.
And also the fact that like he doesn't write down his lyrics. He just goes into the studio booth and just starts
Just
rapping.
says, yeah.
And next thing you know, he's like on stage and he's rapping his show and he's like, I don't remember how this goes. It's like that. That is lyrical genius put to the real test. Like, how do you duplicate that at the end of the day?
That's like you ever seen Get 'Em to the Greek?
Nah.
Oh my god, that movie
Is that pretty much a sequel to Forgetting Sarah Marshall? Is what it is. It's Aldous. Did you watch Forgetting
it's
Sarah Marshall?
No, it's where Jonah Hill is like the
Well,
he's like
it's
the
Aldous,
music.
It's Aldous Snow. He's playing he's playing his same character from Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
it's a sequel. Yeah.
Oh, dang. But yeah, that's where it's the part where he's in Times Square and who was the actor?
It was,
the long hair dude, the weird guy.
Yeah, he's a super weird, super freaking weird guy. Golly, hold on one second.
Ooh, let me know when I can let
Who
go.
played Aldous Snow in Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
He's gonna do it. Dramatic pause.
My goodness, you would think it would be right. Russell Brand.
Russell
Yeah,
Brand, that's who. Yeah.
Oh,
Remember when Paul Rudd said,
Yeah.
"You sound like you're from London"?
Jordan Gibbs in there with the Russell Brand.
Oh, there you go, Russell Brand. He's freaking hilarious. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a funny movie. You should watch both of those. Forgetting Sarah Marshall first, and then Get Him to the Greek. Not as good as Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but
Still pretty funny.
still pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna make some picks, guys. Just wanted to kind of plug what we got going on next week because super looking forward to that.
We got 2 guest pickers.
Yeah, we got 2 celebrity guest pickers this week. I should have celebrity guest pickers. Last week our celebrities I say
Killed it.
celebrities. I mean our guest pickers outdid us.
Yeah.
Last week for sure. It was
Pops.
let me see. I'll go back on them real quick.
Pops went 10-6.
Brian Bassett went 7-8. I went 6-9. Drew went 7-8. And then Jordan Gibbs and my dad both went 10-5 last
10-5.
week. So 15 more games this week, 10 from college, 5 from the NFL. Doing something a little bit different. Obviously, we both had a rule at the beginning where we weren't going to pick any LSU or FSU. We're going to break that rule this week just because the slate is not great this week, I don't think. And also, we're going to start picking the Thursday night game, Sunday night game, and the Monday night game, no matter who plays in them. And then I'll pick 2, trying to pick 1 noon game, 1 afternoon game. So, all right, going first, the Friday night game in college football, a game that I'm actually much looking forward to this week. It's on Friday night. Number 20, Arizona at number 14, Kansas State. I'll go first on, so we'll work this way, first one, then we'll work that way coming back, and we'll just kind of alternate like that. I'm actually going to take Arizona on the road here. I kind of like what they're bringing to the table over there. I like that team. I know Jed Fish left for Washington, but still like what Arizona's got so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Arizona. I think McMillan looks really good, and I really haven't seen enough of K-State to really
They have a good
give any
quarterback.
thoughts on them. Yeah, I know their quarterback's good, but
Dawson?
Yeah, I don't know much about these 2 teams, but just to be different, I'm going to go with K-State.
I mean, they're at home.
Yeah, I'm going with K-State at home. I played. I'm literally basing this off of College Football 25, and
we can't do that because DJ Uiagalelei is good in that game. So.
Baller, bro.
well, this is also true. And the Michigan Orgy,
Yeah,
the
Alex
Michigan
Orgy.
yeah, he's great in the game.
Yeah.
But I played. I'm Oklahoma State in a dynasty, and I had a game at Kansas State, and I was getting my butt whooped.
Damn.
But it was at Kansas State, so road game. But then Ollie Gordon decided to become Ollie Gordon and took off, and I won the game. But Kansas State.
All right, picking against the spread here. I had to explain to your brother how the spread works, by the way. So
Derby.
you know how the spread works? Picking against the spread. So number 4, Alabama at Wisconsin. Alabama's a 16-point favorite, so you're picking against the 16 here. So if you're going to pick Alabama, they have to win by at least 16 for you to get credit for the win. Is kind of the way that this is rolling. So we'll go with you first, Drew.
I'm gonna take Bama. I think this is more about a bounce back game. They I don't know if they rolled the ball out and said, "Oh yeah, it's USF. We're gonna be good, and we're gonna be fine."
Second year in a row.
My athletes are better than your athletes. Last year they didn't have Milroe. Granted, I know your take on Milroe.
They did have Milroe. They benched
last
Milroe.
year. Last year, I say they didn't have Milroe because
Right.
they didn't. I think that was more of a Saban mind game than anything.
Probably.
But coming into this year, I think this is the prove it week where DeBoer's really got to show something. So I think this is where Bama really puts it on Wisconsin.
Dawson?
Wisconsin. Yeah, I'd take Bama. Yeah. Even though not a big fan, but I'd take Bama. I think they'll get things done. Yeah, that's my take.
Yeah.
I'll take Bama just because I think Wisconsin's not that good.
I mean, I like Luke Fickell. I don't know who the quarterback at Wisconsin is right now. I think it's actually the dude from Miami.
Oh, yeah, Van Dyke.
Tyler Van Dyke, yeah. So I don't think he's really that great. Yeah, I'll take Bama to cover the 16 as well. That's the part that makes it hard for me is 16 at Wisconsin, but I just feel like Wisconsin doesn't have enough to keep up with Bama at the end. All right, number 16, LSU at South Carolina. I'm just going to pick LSU here, man. There's no reason, to be honest with you. There's no reason. Even losing everything that LSU did, even though the game is at South Carolina, it's not a night game. It's a noon kickoff. I don't feel like Shane Beamer is I just don't think he's that good of a coach. I don't know what South Carolina really is bringing to the table. And incredibly amazed that this is the college game day game this week. Mind blown on this, but
I should have had it for Friday night.
I can't believe they're not at Boston College, Mizzou, to be honest with you. I think that's like probably my favorite game this weekend, but I'll pick LSU, man. I think they just have more. They should have more.
Yeah, I'm going to go with LSU. But I don't think it's going to be pretty. I think it's probably going to be like 16-13, something like that. I think it's going to be like down and gritty.
I'm taking LSU. I think it's going to be a little bit more than the 16-13 game, but I think we're going to start slow. I think we're going to really pull it out in the second half, and I think we'll pull away towards the end of the game. But I don't think it's going to be pretty. But yeah, LSU for sure.
In the words of Kyle Albritton, corn dogs over South Kakalaki.
Corn dogs over South Kakalaki.
And in the words of Chef Ross, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
All right, Memphis at Florida State. Not picking against the spread here. Florida State's only being given 5.5 points at Doak. This is also
That's being generous, too.
I was going to say, that's probably pretty nice. So Memphis at FSU. Memphis, their quarterback, all-time leading passer at Memphis. And that doesn't sound like much until you remember that Paxton Lynch played there. Paxton Lynch was not good in the pros. Paxton Lynch was a dog at Memphis.
Yes.
So
that was when he had Norvell was his coach, wasn't it?
No, it was before Norvell got there.
Norvell.
But Norvell had Tony Pollard and Antonio Gibson. So.
Yeah. Dudes.
One fun fact there.
I will go with Florida State. I think this is like Kyle said, this is the make or break point. Florida State's got to do it now or start building for the future. I don't know if it's going to be with Uiagalelei, but at the end of the day, it's got to be now or never.
Yeah, I can't pick against FSU right here. I really think, especially you're back at home after some tough games. I think they do pull it together and take that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with FSU, but I'm telling DJ in the locker room, be like, look, dude, no pressure, but probably got about 2 drives or your football career's over entirely.
Which would be terrible, and I think maybe that's also why DJ's gotten a long leash, is because there's not another year after this for DJ. So maybe that there's a little bit of I don't want to say nepotism because obviously it's not a family thing, but maybe a little bit of sympathy there Norvell's having for DJ. But you're trying to win football games.
Yeah.
You're trying to win football games, and you're trying to continue to win football games. So I'm going to pick FSU at the house here. They've got to get it done. What you got?
Chef Ross says FSU where they burned down Doak.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. It's only half a stadium right now anyway. All right, number 24, Boston College at number 6, Missouri. Probably my favorite game of the entire weekend. I'm just going to do it.
What time is that kickoff?
I didn't.
I'm about to look
I've got them in order here, so I think it's
11:45 a.m.
Damn.
That's a weird time. Weird time. I'm gonna pick Boston College
don't
here,
like
man.
that.
I think I like what Bill O'Brien's building over there. Boston College heavy run team. I feel like I like that team. I don't. Missouri was one of those teams that everyone picked to kind of be the sleeper in the SEC this year, and they've been good the first 2 games, but they've played nobody. I don't think they're
Murray
not
State and Buffalo.
they're not battle tested yet. So I feel like now Missouri could win this game by a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I've seen Boston College play, and I like the way they play football. I like Bill O'Brien, so I'll take BC on the road.
Yeah, I can see that. But I'll go with Missouri just because they're at home. It's hard to walk into an SEC school and beat them at home.
It is.
Let's remember that Missouri. From watching football my whole life, Missouri still doesn't feel like an SEC team to me.
Yeah.
But I am taking Boston here. I think this is going to be a test it game.
You take a BC?
Yeah, I'm taking Boston College. I actually agree with you. How they look, I love their coach. I really don't think Missouri is as good as what they're projected. I'm not convinced yet.
Not a big Brady Cook fan either. Not big on him.
That's tough. Hearing all of y'all's takes, because coming into it, I've got Missouri because it's at home. It's a tough place to play, but then finding out or like hearing it's a 11:45 kickoff, like a night game. A night game anywhere is tough, but at the end of the day, a night game at Missouri, it's a very underrated home field advantage that they have there. It's a great atmosphere. If you ever get a chance to go, it's a blast.
Yeah.
But
An 11:45 kickoff, that's like 10:45 Missouri time, isn't it?
that's 11:45 here, I think, or
Yeah, because of
noon.
That's true. Missouri.
So-
Missouri is
Yeah, they're an hour behind, aren't they?
they're Central Time.
They're still Central.
Oh,
yeah,
they are?
Yeah,
Oh,
because the Royals and the Cardinals are both in the Centrals. So
Oh,
But it's
that's still early.
it is still early.
I want, my heart says Missouri, my mind says Boston College. And what do they say? Listen to your heart, mind. I'm going to go Missouri.
All right. 2 for BC, 2 for Mizzou.
I am torn on that one.
Yeah, that's a tough game,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Definitely my favorite game this weekend, though. All right, number 9, Oregon at Oregon State. Now, we are picking the spread here because Oregon minus 16 has not looked the part yet. So,
They are
Drew.
not making that.
are they cut? This is Civil War. This is rivalry game. No, number 9, Oregon at Oregon State. Oregon is minus 16 here.
I'm going to take Oregon because Dylan Gabriel's got to figure something out. He's putting up gaudy numbers, but they're scoring like, what, 24 points a game?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, how are you throwing for so many yards and have such a great completion percentage, but you're only scoring 24 points?
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, why?
You can push the ball down. They just can't get it in the end zone for whatever reason.
I think this week being such a big rivalry week for them, I think that's what's gonna give them that extra oomph to look the part. So and you obviously with what has transpired with them, with Oregon leaving the Pac-12 and now in the Big Ten, I think this is where they're like, oh, we're in a better conference. Your little brother, we're gonna push you behind, little brother.
Yeah, no, never happens, and it's not going to happen this week.
Ooh.
Not so fast, my
Not
friend.
so fast. Actually, before I get to my pick, my wife just texted me. Boston has Yankees. That's her pick. She just texted me that. So there you go.
There you go.
Boston has Yankees. No, just random, just for fun. Oregon. No, I'm not taking Oregon right here. They'll win the game, but they're not getting. They're not gonna not gonna accomplish the spread. Not gonna happen.
So you're taking
Oregon State.
Oregon State plus 16?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Liam.
Is it in Oregon or Oregon
It's, at
State?
it's Oregon State.
I'm gonna have to go with Oregon State.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes down the
I'd
road.
say it's rivalry, and Oregon State is playing with the spirit of the Pac-12 behind them, the ghost of all the forgotten teams in the Pac-12.
Pac-12
only-
logo is still on the field, by the way.
The only field with the Pac-12 logo.
And they're the only undefeated conference.
Damn right. Hey, listen,
It's easy when you got two teams.
I think I think that's
They
exactly
deserve
why
a spot in the playoff if they win.
I'm picking Oregon State too, man. I think Oregon wins the game. I think it's close, though. I think Oregon State's going to have a little bit of the. First of all, I'm not in love with Oregon. Don't like anything that they've put on the field so far this season. Their defense got absolutely throttled last week by Boise State's running back, who has 9 touchdowns on the season in 2 games already. By the way, if you're keeping track of that,
Damn, really?
yeah, he had 6 in the first game, then he had 3 last week against Oregon. So maybe not the worst thing in the world, but Boise State does have a good running back. But either way, Oregon has not been that impressive yet this season. And I just think Oregon State's going to come out and be really fired up early. Like, hey, y'all forgot about it. Don't forget about us. Like, you can have your nice, shiny Big Ten stuff, but don't forget about us. Like, because we're still here. And we're like, you might be big brother, but we've beat you multiple times in the past, especially when you've been a contender. So Civil War is always Civil War. So I think Oregon wins the game. I don't think they cover 16, though. All right. This one's a lot of fun. Tulane at number 15, Oklahoma. And I'm starting this one off. I'll take Oklahoma at home here. I like what Tulane brought out last week against Kansas State. I think Kansas State is better than Oklahoma. That game was at Tulane. This game is at Oklahoma. Oklahoma has to prove their worth to the SEC. Losing to Tulane would not do that. So
I'm going to go with the upset.
yeah,
Tulane.
you gonna go Tulane?
I just don't think Oklahoma's quarterback is really that good.
I can't even name their quarterback.
Jackson Arnold, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say General Booty, but I forgot he transferred.
He's at UL Monroe.
ULM, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Salute the General.
We salute you. Way to be.
But yeah, I don't think Jackson Arnold is really like that good. And I think Tulane is like a sleeper team for sure.
Tulane also, up there with the Boise States and Memphises,
Yeah.
perhaps representing the G5 in the playoff. All right, Mr. Dawson.
Yeah, I can't pull against Oklahoma, even though I would love to see an upset. It won't happen. I think Oklahoma takes care of business, especially at home. Yeah.
Kind of like my Colorado pick last week, where it was like, I told you, either way, I was coming out of that happy. I was like, I'm picking Colorado to win. That way, if Colorado wins, I got the win on my pick 'em. If Nebraska wins, I don't care because I want to see Colorado lose every game. So
Exactly.
Me too.
I just don't think Oklahoma's good.
Just kidding. I love Colorado football. And if you don't like Colorado football, you are racist.
we coming.
I don't think Oklahoma's good. I think
I don't either.
I'm going with Tulane.
Ooh,
Green wave, baby.
Yeah.
picking the
Roll
upset.
wave.
Roll wave.
Roll wave. Number 18, Notre Dame at Purdue. Notre Dame has to bounce back this week in a big way. Purdue, not a great place to travel to try to do it, though. I don't know if this is a night game or not. I should have wrote the times down.
I got you.
But Notre Dame's got to get back on track here, Drew. Purdue's a tough place to play, especially if it's a night game. What you got over there?
Purdue is known for upsets, and I think that's exactly what happens. I'm taking Purdue. I don't care what time of day it is.
Back-to-back upsets for
It's
Notre Dame.
2:30 p.m.
I don't care what time of day it is. Purdue is getting it done. They're going to have some running back go off for like 400 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Always the way it goes.
It's
isn't it?
somehow, some way. I don't understand it, and that's going to be the only game he's going to think good in.
Yeah.
It's
What
wow.
ends up getting him drafted in the second round.
Yeah, it's like what is going on?
I think Notre Dame took their medicine. They learned their lesson. Do I think they're going to make the playoffs? Probably not. But they're not going to lose against Purdue.
All right. So you're picking Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Liam?
Yeah, I'll go Notre Dame.
I'm picking Notre Dame as
Yeah.
well.
Because
Gotta
they
get back on
always
track.
every season they always start off super hyped. They lose like a game or two, like pretty early into the season. But then they always end up finishing within like the top 10.
They always in 9 or 10 wins.
Yeah.
So good chance for them to get back on track here. I'm picking Notre Dame as well. I'm a little higher on them than I maybe should be because they went in week 1 to Kyle Field.
Yeah, that
at
was not
night.
that was not an easy game.
Really tough defense.
Doesn't matter
Really
how.
tough defense.
Doesn't matter like how you look at Texas A&M as the overhyped team every year. Like going in there at night and coming out with a win is not something it's something Alabama has had trouble doing.
They're both
It's
overhyped
something-
every year.
LSU couldn't do it a couple years ago. It was the difference between LSU having a chance to go to the playoff if they would have beat Georgia or not. It's a tough thing to do. So Texas A&M at Florida. Now Florida going back to Graham Mertz. I know much to the chagrin of Florida fans. I think it's a smart choice.
Yeah.
I mean, if Graham Mertz was terrible, then it's one thing. Graham Mertz is a good quarterback. I'm gonna pick Florida at the house here.
Josh Tucker would be upset.
Yeah, I just it's another one of those situations. Florida wins, I get the win in the pick 'em. Texas A&M wins, then it's okay. So I get the win in the pick 'em. I'll take Florida at home here. Don't like A&M. Don't think they don't have enough on offense to exploit Florida's terrible defense. I don't know Florida. I don't know how good they're going to be able to move the ball against A&M's defense. Low scoring game in the Swamp though. Got to favor Florida. I know.
Where's the tuna?
It's in Florida, right?
It's in the Swamp.
At 2:30 p.m.
At 2:30. Oh, yeah. I think it's gonna be hot as balls for those A&M players. Yeah, I'm gonna
They're
go with
used to
Florida.
Yeah,
What's with all these 2:30 kickoffs?
I know that's
weird.
weird.
Is there any night games
You
this
know,
week?
Texas is hot still too.
It is, but I mean, that Florida humidity is
That is true.
something
That
else.
is true.
Make Kyle have some humidities.
Humidity.
Teddy's ain't fun, brother.
I think this game, the defense is going to decide the game. So I'm taking A&M in this fight.
A&M on the road.
I like that. I like that Florida's going back to Graham Mertz. I think he does have a resurgence and shows Florida why he was the starter to begin with. But I'm going to take Texas A&M because they're just better, and Florida is god awful.
Yeah, fair enough. Can't disagree with that.
They have the toughest schedule, right? In
college football.
In college football.
I mean, it's
Bad
brutal.
year for that.
It's brutal. It's probably a little lighter down at Florida State. It's not really good, but
Yeah.
it's still brutal. Still brutal. All right, and kind of a wild card game. I just wanted to put this one in here because I wanted a shits and giggles game. I also think it'll be a fun game to watch. Air Force at Baylor. I don't know. I don't have a dog in this fight, but I'm gonna take the Air Force on the road. You don't have to take. You don't have to take a piss test. You can pick Air Force.
No, I was actually gonna make a joke about that for you. Damn it. Yeah, I'll take Air Force for the troops.
for the troops.
For the troops. I'm taking Baylor right here. It's home. It's at 6:30. It's a night game. Baylor.
Son of a bitch.
You were gonna do it.
I'm taking Baylor.
Shout out Dave Aranda, gonna take Baylor.
Oh yeah, Dave Aranda. Missed that guy.
Yeah, I bet you do.
That's the death of our defense losing him.
Yeah, he hadn't done nothing being
Let's
being
be
a head
honest.
coach.
The defense wasn't that good under him. They just overperformed at the end of that season.
Yeah.
I don't know. Our
The defense
defense
was. They gave up like 70 points to Vandy. They were lucky that they scored 80.
Didn't give up.
They
seven.
gave up
was
like 40.
7.
They gave up 40 points to Vandy.
Yeah,
Who,
when
Baylor?
You look at the
by
other
the time
games.
we put in our
the year
third
LSU,
string,
the-
by the time
Oh,
we put in our third string,
No.
Yeah.
They gave up 40 points. Dude, LSU's defense was not that good that year. We've been over this.
all you
good
had,
enough to win a championship.
The
They
2019
won a chip.
one?
They won a
Yeah.
chip.
Good enough to win a championship.
It was not great though. It was not great.
I never said it was great. I'm just saying it's gone downhill since then.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
in a long way.
no.
And we've had offenses comparable to last year's offense was comparable to the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson year, which is absolutely insane to
Crazy
think about.
It really is.
If we had some semblance of a defense last year, we're playing in the playoff.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair.
All right, everybody picked there. Cool. Going to the NFL tomorrow night, Thursday night football. Bills at the Dolphins. I'll start on this one because it's easy for me. Obviously, I got to take the Dolphins because it's a must-win. You got to prove you can beat Buffalo, man. This is the hump for Tua. This is the hump for McDaniel. The whole Dolphins organization. You got to prove that you could beat the damn Bills, man. You just have to, and it starts tomorrow. I hate Thursday night games, by the way. They're bullshit.
Yeah.
You should only play Thursday night if you're coming off a bye week.
I think I'm going to take the Fins just because from what I've seen, I think it's tough for Buffalo to play in Miami. And then, yeah, I don't know. I think Tua's going to play like shit in the first half.
No, that's Tua.
Yeah, but I think second half they'll come out swinging.
All right.
Fins up, baby.
Hey, I like him. Bring him back.
I think it's going to be a close game, but in typical Josh Allen form, he's going to end up throwing a pick late in the game when they're driving down, and it's going to be a game-sealing pick from like Javon Holland or Marcus May.
All right. Fins across the board. Well, congratulations, Bills fans. You just got to win tomorrow night. All right. Sunday afternoon, Bucks at the Lions. Probably one of my favorite NFL games from next weekend.
Kind of hard to. The Lions looked really good. They looked really good. They were clicking on all cylinders against a good Rams team, and being able to play back-to-back weeks at home, that does a lot for a team. Baker Mayfield leads. We were joking about it before the show. Baker Mayfield leads the league in passing touchdowns. I mean, after 1 week, don't get me wrong, that's insane that we're even talking about it. But at the same breath, it's Baker Mayfield. It's going to be talked about. But I can't pick the Bucks here. I just, as a Saints fan, I can't do it. Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking the home team here. Kind of an easy choice for me, I think. Bucks. It's too early to tell. It's too early to tell for the Bucks.
Yeah.
If that Baker Mayfield 4 TD is a real thing that we're going to see on a week in and week out basis. I don't think we'll see it this week. Lions are taking it.
It's you, buddy.
I'm going to go with the Lions.
Taking
Well,
a
I was waiting for you to finish writing it down.
You're good. I scratched out Bucks because I started to think about something. Because I'm gonna take the Lions as well. I started. The Bucks were they looked incredible last week. But I started thinking about the Commanders' defense was the worst in the NFL last year. They were terrible last week. Jaden Daniels looked horrible. They were giving them good field position the whole game. That offense just wasn't moving. The Commanders' offense wasn't until a little later in the game they kind of got it rolling, but it was too little, too late. I think the Lions had a better matchup in Week 1. I think they get it done at home. If this game's in Tampa, maybe my tone's a little different, but I'll take the Lions at home. I did switch that, so when you guys see that I scratched out my pick, like I did this on the air. All right,
Sure. We'll see.
Bengals at the Chiefs. My hot take coming out of college was that I thought Joe Burrow was kind of overrated. Now, Joe Burrow has been a beneficiary of having just nothing but ridiculous talent around him. We've been over this multiple times.
I like how your ears just perked up. Like
It's just I don't think I'm not in any way saying he's a bad quarterback. He's a very good quarterback. I just think he's been a product of having elite talent around him from the time he got to LSU to when he got to the NFL, and now that's not really there. And Burrow has pissed down his leg the last 2 seasons. And obviously the offensive line's not great. Jamar Chase is a piece of shit. He's a very, very he is, dude. He's a selfish football player. He sat out an entire year of college football to not get himself hurt. And now he sat out an entire preseason this year, screwed up the team's entire chemistry. If I'm a Bengals fan, I'm sick at this.
I wouldn't put the COVID year that he sat out as
He could have played.
Yeah, but half the league, half college sat out, so I wouldn't single him out for that.
Unfortunately, it comes when it comes back, and you're doing this again when old habits don't die.
I get
then
that.
I understand what you're saying, Drew. I understand, but that's why I'm coming back to it now because that was the talk then. You don't look at it like that then, but then you're looking at the way he treated this offseason. He's 2 years away from his contract year, and he's trying to, he's only had the one phenomenal season, which was his rookie year. I like Jamar Chase. I thought Jamar Chase was going to have a better career than Justin Jefferson was.
You think he's going to end up on the Zeke track, have a great start, and then everything just...
I don't necessarily think so because, I don't know, man. He might. I mean, if I'm the Bengals, I don't bend. That said, the Bengals are 0-5 the last 5 seasons in week 1. They're 2-3 in week 2. And they do say this is Burrowhead Stadium, though. They do say Burrow owns Kansas City at KC. I didn't think Kansas City looked that great last week. Kind of squeaked out the win. But the Bengals looked bad. So I think I have to go with the defending Super Bowl champion at home here. So I'll take the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs.
That whole spiel from you.
Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs.
This could be a trap. Could be a trap game for me for the Chiefs. But I don't. With how the Bengals have looked, I don't think that they have a shot against the Chiefs at home.
I think this says more about the Chiefs' defense because they look like they haven't skipped a beat from ending last year.
The defense did look really good.
So I don't care who the Chiefs are going against. They've always got a shot because they've got that defense, and Patrick Mahomes is always going to figure out a way to make something happen.
That's even after losing L'Jarius Sneed, by the way.
Yeah, that's the craziest part about it. So I can't bet against the Chiefs at home as much as I want to because the Bengals are my quote-unquote AFC team with being so many LSU guys. But as bad as the Bengals looked last week, I just can't do it.
I'll never say this to AG, and I shouldn't be saying this to you because of the LSU guys, but like being a Reds fan, you follow all the Cincinnati beat writers. I've developed a soft spot for the Cincinnati Bengals, and so obviously it's the Dolphins. I like the Falcons. I keep my eyes on all the Florida teams, the Jags, the Bucks, and of course the Saints as well. Pretty much the entire NFC South with the exception of Carolina. And then of course I do have a soft spot for the Bengals as well. So I like to see the Bengals do good. You handicap a franchise before they were ready to give Burrow that contract. They can't afford to keep him on his feet. They can't afford to keep T. Higgins. They can't afford to keep Trey Hendrickson, and Jamar Chase is doing all this bullshit. To me, it's a toxic situation, and that's why if I'm the Bengals, there's no way I bend.
And at the end of the day, like this is exactly the blueprint to what the Bengals have been over so many years. They've been really good, go to the playoffs, and then can't get it done.
Right.
And then they have the falling out. It's like it
was AJ Green,
Andy Dalton, then Carson Palmer, then Andy Dalton, Ocho Cinco. Like year after year after year after year. I think it's something in the water in Cincinnati.
It's that damn chili.
Skyline
Chili mid.
All right, Sunday night football. This is the Sunday night football game, by the way, for everybody out there who may have been excited for Sunday night football this week. The Bears at the Texans. The Texans looked really good in week 1. The Bears did not. The Bears won.
First rookie quarterback since what, 2002?
Yep.
To get a win in week 1, and he went like 8 of 22 while doing it. They had a defensive touchdown and a special teams touchdown.
I saw so many memes. The fact that the Bears went from Justin Fields to Caleb Williams and they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like he looked so good in the preseason. Fast forward to now. I mean, granted, in the preseason he's going against 2s and 3s at that point. Right now he's going against 1s.
Yeah.
And don't sleep on the Titans defense.
No.
They're pretty good. I think Caleb Williams obviously is going to have some growing pains, and I think he ends up being a pretty good quarterback because he has all of the athletic ability, all the talent, arm talent, the mental. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I just think it's going to take him a little bit longer to figure things out than what he anticipated. and that Texans team is loaded up for bear. They saw this last season as their jumping pad, as their trampoline. This is the year that the Texans are going to figure things out, and I think they end up making some noise in the AFC playoffs. So give me Texans.
Yeah, we just got done bashing there for a few minutes the Bengals, and Joe Mixon last week for the Texans, 30 carries, like 180 yards and a tutty. Sucks to see again another guy that couldn't afford to keep around. He goes and he feasts with Houston. Who you got here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Texans. I think that like what Drew was saying, I think they're just riding on that momentum that they had from last year. And like I've been in Houston recently, and like the whole city is just like fired up about them this year. So I think it's going to be tough to play in Houston all year.
Actually, in preseason, Texans were my pick, my dark horse team that's just gonna ball out this year. And Bears, like Drew said, Williams he will get there. I think he does have the potential of getting there, but not yet. Texans take this game at home.
Are plenty of weapons around Caleb Williams there? I mean, they have plenty of options.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore.
Does hurt that Odunze's out for a couple of weeks now, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's still got enough dudes around
Cole
him
Kmet.
that he's not. It's not like where he was in college, where he's running around for 30 years, and then all of a sudden, Brendan Rice gets open. He's like, "Oh yeah, here you go."
Yeah, right. All right, last game, Monday Night Football. Falcons at the Eagles. Drew, we'll start over there with you, and then we'll wrap this thing up.
Quite easy for me. FTF. Let's go Eagles.
Yep. Agree with that 100%. Falcons, though, they don't have a bad looking team. They really don't. I know in a lot of preseason predictions, they have across the board. They're the prediction to take the NFC South, but they're not going to beat the Eagles.
Yeah, give me Eagles.
Okay. I'll take the Eagles, too. I think we get who do Saints play this week?
Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowgirls.
Could see a 2-0 Philly versus 2-0 Saints game there when we go. I think the Falcons will improve this week. I think their blunders last week were probably once again a no preseason thing. Kirk in the new offense.
First game.
Some growing pain situation going on there. So I think that'll linger over a little bit. The Eagles secondary, very suspect. Very some stuff to be worried about there if you're an Eagles fan, perhaps. The secondary.
Do they still have Sauce Gardner?
He's with the Jets.
He is with
You're thinking of CJ Gardner.
CJ Gardner.
Yeah.
I meant CJ Gardner.
So
CD Deuce.
he was there, then he was in Detroit, now he's back in Philly.
He is back in Philly.
He is back in Philly this year.
You see that meme where he switched his number to number 8 to honor Kobe? He got absolutely juked out of his ankles, and then someone photoshopped a picture of Kobe like looking all pissed off, looking up from heaven.
All right, guys, that's our 15 picks this week. That was. I hope to gain some ground this week. I have not been good on our first couple of weeks. You have me by so far, Drew. You are 13-12, and I am 10-15 in our first 2 weeks.
13-12.
13 as well. Last week kind of hurt you. Last week,
Yeah.
I'm under 500 both of our first 2 weeks.
It was a weird week of football.
It
in
was.
college. In college, it was a very weird week.
Yeah.
We didn't really pick too many of the weird games, but everything right now is like you're still figuring out who is who in college football. And this year, it's like it looks like there's only 3 who's. To me, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, and who knows how that goes. It makes me feel a little more human. Probably you guys too, as LSU fans. As an FSU fan, it makes me feel a little more human. Like, okay, well, we're not the only people struggling to get their feet underneath them this year. It looks like.
It's actually ironic you say that because I was in the middle of watching LSU struggle with Nichols, and I'm sitting there going, okay, well, what do we need to fix? I started looking at it as less of a pissed off fan and more of like, okay, is this a play calling? Is this an athlete? Like is Nussmeier the guy? Is our defensive players? And I'm sitting there and I'm like trying to analyze everything. And my buddy's texting me, Dusty. He's like, Brian Kelly's got to go. I didn't sign up for this. This is year 3. This is supposed to be the great year. I didn't sign up for this. Brian Kelly's got to go. And I was like, oh, slow your horses. Like, hey, there are a lot of people. I was like, slow your horses. There haven't been a lot of people. Like, it's year 3. And he's had progression. He's had good years. It's not like he's gone 5 and 7 back-to-back years, and we just anointed year 3 as the great year. And then about 2 minutes later, he texts me, he goes, at least Alabama's struggling. And I went over and looked, and they were losing to USF, and I was like, okay, it's just been a weird day. Notre Dame lost. Auburn lost to Cal at home.
There you go. That was a Cal going into Auburn and beating them pretty
that was
easily.
Yeah.
Bama, I mean, the score was close, but
Bama struggled.
Mark that
LSU
as a win
struggled.
for ACC versus SEC.
Jesus Christ, Cal in the ACC.
All coastal
So
conference,
weird.
huh?
Yeah, exactly.
So weird.
So it's like, and
American Coastal Conference.
Florida.
we got them next week while we're in New Orleans.
So at the end of the day, like Florida State was even struggling with the bye week. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it was
No, they did.
Weird.
They had 2 recruits.
Dude, they lost the bye week.
They had 2
Lost
recruits flip last weekend.
Yeah.
During the bye week. We
God.
lost the bye week.
Yeah.
We had 2 4-star defensive line recruits decommit.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It was a great
Where'd they
weekend.
flip to?
But
They
one
just
of them
decommitted, I think.
One of them flipped to Texas, full out flipped to Texas, and the other one is has a crystal ball in already to go to Texas. So
Okay, they're buddies.
yeah,
Yeah.
Interesting.
yeah, crazy,
Interesting.
crazy situation, man. How do you lose a bye? How you get fired on your day off? I'm just trying to be like Uncle Shannon tonight, guys. So I'm gonna
Uncle Shay.
Uncle Shay Shay.
Get it, Unc.
You like that, Michelle? All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Dawson, great to have you, man. I hate that this can't happen more often, but you're ever in town, hook up, bring it, come on in.
Cool.
And you live 5 minutes away, so obviously work schedules are going to be a little different next week because we are going to New Orleans next weekend. But if you end up with next Wednesday night off, want to plug that again. We'll have Brian Bassett and David Hayes in studio with me next week. No Drew. May keep that seat open just in case we get a little rain, though. Maybe so
Yeah.
you do come. So
Yeah.
just in case, we'll see what happens.
If
man.
you feel it, it's fine. Roll with it.
Yeah. Looking forward to it though, man. And then we're here. We got a couple weeks to burn. We got to come up with some other stuff. We've been doing a lot of sports talk, which is obviously with football season, man. It's so easy to talk sports this time of year. It really is. It's so easy to talk football. We make our picks every week, but we still have some incredible ideas coming down the line. We are going to do the sodas.
Maybe some disc golf
We,
talk. I'm just
We're gonna have to have you back for that because
my brother-in-law is big into disc golf.
Dude, Isaac Robinson. I'm telling you, look that guy up.
I don't know who that is.
Isaac Robinson.
This is the most Gorman thing you've done tonight. This is the first Gorman thing that you've done tonight.
dude.
I was
Isaac
worried about
Robinson.
this.
World champion Isaac Robinson.
Listen to you talk about disc golf is the worst thing that's ever happened to this country on 9/11.
Oh gosh, that's horrible, man.
No, it's not. It's terrible.
Dude,
Disc golf?
Hey,
Disc golf.
my grandfather was born on this day.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Yeah,
Here's your present.
86 today.
They hit the second tap. My God. I got to check the...
we gotta close this
I
show
was gonna
out.
say, let
before
me
you
see how
say
many
something.
people saw me say that. We're good. We're good. Make it an even 2 hours, slackers, they say. Well, we're 9 minutes from that.
Tell-
So I'll give you
tell me
9
that-
minutes of the stream ending screen.
Tell
How
me that
about
was Albritton.
That was Kyle Aldridge.
Of course it was.
Yeah. I'll give you 8 minutes of the stream ending screen.
This show ending is longer than.
All right. Once again, Dawson, Liam, thank you guys so much for joining us this week. This was a lot of fun. We didn't really have anything planned going into it other than eating the weird food, and I think the food came out faster than I was ready for, to be honest.
Yeah.
We had talked about some stories, and then it was like, here it is. Hello.
Yeah.
But still, a lot of fun. Love
Yeah.
talking sports with you guys. Go Knowles, go Saints, or who dat,
Who dat?
Who dat?
Fins up.
dat?
go Tigers,
Go
Go-
Tigers.
and fins up.
Go eat you some tuna fish and peanut butter, baby.
Yeah, there's probably leftovers out there.
No, I had that.
Oh no,
Say,
he ate
Drew
the-
cleaned it all up.
Well,
Let's see.
Pepsi and milk, guys. Get it going.
That was my least favorite.
It's gone.
I'll see you guys next week. Drew, we'll see you in a couple weeks. You guys will see you whenever. Later, guys.
Peace.
Later.